Is this thing on?
Welcome in, everyone. I am the Crypto Bull God, and this is all in the charts. If you appreciate the content, make sure that you give me a follow on the Twitterverse, or now they refer to it as X. You can also find some content on YouTube. You can also find me doing you can also find me doing some gym motivation on Instagram at Crypto Bull God. And make sure that you hit the thumbs up button, which I'm seeing everyone, including Mazda Dashcam, has done. And make sure you subscribe to the channel and you click that bell icon for all notifications to know when I go live each and every single weekday. Guys, just a reminder, because their turnout was a little rough. As I expected, let's fucking go, oof. Turnout was a little rough for the first change of scheduling, but tomorrow, on Thursdays, I will be going live at 5:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Of course, my face is not visible for those live streams. You don't want to see this ugly mug. God, sometimes I really age myself with some of these expressions. You don't want to see this ugly mug. Sound like somebody from the 1930s. Yeah. Anyway, I'll be live tomorrow at 5:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I was just thinking to myself literally a couple minutes before coming live on this live stream. We are literally, does everybody know the song, the 80s song, Danger Zone? You know, from the original Top Gun. I thought the remake, by the way, was good. I thought it was solid. I think they're making another one. I went to see that in the theaters with a buddy of mine. Is everyone familiar with the song Danger Zone? We are entering the danger zone right now for the crypto bears. We are teetering. I had posted out this morning. I just want everyone to be fully aware of this for everyone who's tuning in right now. Let's just keep it stupid simple like we always do on this chart, okay? There are life-changing gains to be made in Wojak. Guys, I just want you to read this, and you know, if you've been following the content, if you've been real diligent, look, a lot of times, and I do this intentionally, you don't need to actually watch what it is that I'm speaking to. You can listen to this YouTube channel as I'm live streaming, multitask, you can be cleaning, you can be cooking, you can just listen to the lovely voice that's coming through in YouTube. But one of the things, if you've been following and listening to the content here, is I was waiting for $68,000. And what did I say to you about $68,000? I said we can still cautiously, but feel pretty confident that once we get above $68,000 and form that as an area of support, it's going to be off to the races soon. What did we just do yesterday? Okay, this point cannot be lost on anything that I'm talking about. As you can see, we got above $68,000 on Monday. Yesterday, the closing price confirmed, okay? That preceding candlestick, once we close above, okay, we're looking at the daily here. Once we close above an area of price confluence, in this case, we're talking about an area that was resistance and is now support. The way that we can flip it, do what's called an RS flip, if you've ever seen that on crypto Twitter, a reverse to support flip. The way we do that is we look for the preceding candlestick after we've gotten above that prior area of resistance to hold above it as support. If that happens, we can then turn red to green and we can flip it support. Guys, we're a measly 3% away from prior all-time highs. Again, if you want to be the person who follows someone with a rat tail who's saying we're going to $5,000 and thinks we're having a triple top, by all means, look, I'm not offering you any financial advice. I never have and never will. But we're literally 3% away from prior all-time highs. We've been evaluating charts on this channel, whether you're talking about Ethereum BTC dominance, and that's starting to turn around. Bitcoin dominance teetering on breaking down below 53%, which we've been talking about. I don't think the line in the sand is 48. I don't think it's 50. I don't think it's 51. I think it's 53%. There are just too many views. And if you've been following, and this is really important for those of you who follow me on YouTube, which I am so appreciative of. Thank you so much, especially now starting a new job, which is going very well. Guys, I'm very busy. I'm just going to be honest with you. I'm very busy, and not in a bad way. I'm enjoying what I'm working on. In fact, I'm going to be working this weekend. I want to get up to speed. I want to be impactful in my new position. The point I'm trying to emphasize to you is I am very busy behind the scenes. I don't have oodles of free time, okay? So when I come out here, again, time to me, if you follow me on Instagram, you know this. I had this in a message earlier this week. Time to me is the most valuable resource that I possess. So if I'm choosing to spend 30 or 40 minutes with you every single day, I hope that it doesn't go unrecognized in terms of benefiting you and that you appreciate it. You're here right now. You're here on YouTube, so clearly you do appreciate the content. But on Twitter, when I get free moments throughout the day, I either try to share content with you on there, or I'm retweeting other individuals whose technical analysis I respect. It doesn't necessarily mean that I'm always agreeing with them. I could name a few technical analysts I really appreciate, some things they've shared that I disagree with. That doesn't matter. I still value the technical analysis that they put out there. You need to follow me at Crypto Bull God on X Twitter to get a holistic view and be current in terms of my views on the market. But right now, guys, things are just looking really juicy right now. We're looking at the daily at the moment. We've just crossed positive on the MACD. I don't know what you want me, what else I can tell you. I think a lot of people are just very, not this community, but I think a lot of people are very impatient. They want someone to come out here and prognosticate when something exactly is going to start to pull a 5 or 10x. I can't do that, and no one can. Again, those are the disingenuous people, if anyone's telling you that. What I can tell you with conviction at this point is this, and listen very, very carefully to what I'm about to say. We are extremely close, in my opinion, whether it's tomorrow or whether it's next week. We are extremely close, or maybe the weekend. I've seen that happen. We are extremely close to Bitcoin not only setting a new all-time high, I'm talking a green Jesus candle. Now, I've told you what we've been waiting for a true alt season. Okay, we've been in a bull run. We've been in a turnaround in the market in a bull run since the end of 2022, guys, okay? We're not waiting for a bull run. We're waiting for the continuation of the bull run in terms of the next leg up and a true alt season where your altcoins in total begin to really grab a lot of market share and dominance from Bitcoin and start to comprise a bigger picture of the cryptocurrency market, because that's really what's going on. Instead of them, if Bitcoin dominance right now is around 55%, instead of the altcoins capturing 45% of the market, we're talking about them dominating 55% of the market and Bitcoin only having 45%. I told you guys when Bitcoin starts to punch up towards that $80,000 range, that's when the true rotation is going to begin into your bigger altcoin plays like Ethereum and Solana. I believe I saw that today Binance has already set a new all-time high, guys. I mean, as if you need another indicator in terms of, yes, you can call this a double top. You can also call this a new all-time high, because technically we did set a new all-time high here. If there's another indication for you, I mean, we followed this perfectly, right? If there's another indication for you in terms of the overall strength in this market, think about what we're saying here. Binance, think of all the FUD and all this shit that was going on with CZ not too long ago. Okay, I remember that was, a lot of that stuff was going on, the trials and things like that. Actually, when I was traveling into Tampa for a lot of surgical, post-surgical complications, that was a fun time. But that was not that long ago, okay? So we're talking about the biggest centralized exchange for cryptocurrencies and the token that's associated with that setting a new all-time high. The Bears are fucked. They are in the danger zone, guys. I'm telling you, for somebody who has been here for years, I can't tell you when we're going to see an explosion, but an explosion is imminent. You're going to see a green... Come back here and tell me I'm wrong in a week or so, okay? You're going to see a green Jesus candle on Bitcoin. There's going to then be a rotation into your bigger altcoin plays. Ethereum's going to go off. Solana's going to go off. They'll more than likely be the two altcoins that will set new all-time highs ahead of anything else. Then all of a sudden, you'll see them consolidating and not doing much. XRP and XLM will be up 50, 60, 70% in a day. I'm not telling you to give you some false sense of hope of what's to happen. I'm making these comments based on the past, having been here for prior times this has occurred, okay? So you really need to prepare yourself for what's incoming, and I've tried to prepare you guys for a very long time to have exit strategies, and so you're going to need to decide what you how you want to sort of play that card. Let's see who else we have in the live stream today. By the way, guys, yesterday the TA Q&A got kind of cut off, and I have had no time today to spend thinking about the agenda of what to run through. So we're going to have some time permitting here. So feel free. I'll get to a few extra TA Q&A questions here. Of course, again, I will be live tomorrow morning, very early in the morning, to go through TA Q&A. Feel free to drop some. I'll get to the ones, whatever we have time for. I'll do some additional TA Q&A here. Todd, it's always really good to see you, my friend. Keeping with Kenny Loggins' theme, unlike the Bears. Yeah, oof, we can take a look at Wojak, man. Wojak, don't I have a chart up? Do I have it in a separate window? Huh. I had Wojak up. I don't know what happened to it. Oh, it's right here. I'm blind as shit. We were up as much as over 30% today, but I don't know why you would want to fade this or short this at this moment. Could we have some sort of a large correction that would take us back into this zone? Yes. I just think it's more unlikely at this point. Plus, we keep setting new all-time highs. Again, not a lot of price data here, but yeah, I'm not seeing anything that's... I mean, I do see lower highs on the RSI as we're continuing higher. Some bearish divergence on the RSI. That could be something to be on the lookout for. But again, I've accumulated everything I've wanted to accumulate in that asset. I think, in my opinion, I think this thing's going to be at $1 billion sooner rather than later. But we'll have to see. Who else do we have in the live stream? Aaron Bella Vista. Let's fucking go. Just wanted to say thanks for all your advice. Aaron, super chats are never expected, but always appreciated, my friend. Thank you so much. Mazda dash cam coming in with a TA request for Zeph. Guys, let's hit things off. Like I said, I didn't have an agenda here. I'm gonna kind of open it up to TA Q&A. If something hits me that I want to take a look at, I'll look at with you. By the way, we're not going to look at CASP because we spent so much time on CASPA yesterday, and I'm planning on somehow this weekend squeezing in time to produce a TA video on CASPA. I don't know where I'm going to find the time, but I'll find the time. So that'll be enough content on CASPA, guys. Again, you're talking to the person who owns a fuck ton of CASPA, and it's his largest altcoin holding. So believe me, I have a vested interest in sharing knowledge with you. It's just I don't want the entire live stream to be comprised of CASPA talk. We did a lot yesterday, and I have a video coming out. This is Zeph. Wait, who asked this? Who asked this question? Oh, this is Mazda Dashcam. Yeah. Not looking sexy, my friend. Again, I'm going to call a spade a spade. Now, why don't I like this? Why don't I like this chart? We're looking at a 3-day here, okay? This is ticker symbol ZEPH. I'm going to do something real simple here. I'm going to take a look at a fib retracement level with you. Something that I'm planning to most likely institute more in my trading and investing strategy. Now, typically when these things run up, you see how I measured from the bottom all the way up here? If you do some homework and research on your own, and I would encourage you to do so, and I've spoken to this before, Fibonacci levels are everywhere in life. It's crazy. I truly have a love and passion for mathematics, and the more and more I learn about it, the more and more it resonates with me, and I appreciate it. But the Fibonacci number is a key number in life, not just charts. But we often use it to try to hypothetically look to the future to see what are called Fibonacci extensions to where price will go. Because remember, when you enter price discovery and you look left for price data, you got nothing. So you need something to go off of to try to hypothesize in terms of where price could go. We look at Fibonacci extensions. Also, when prices get overextended and we're anticipating a correction or consolidation and we're experiencing that, the other thing that traders like to do is they like to look to Fibonacci retracement levels to have some level of conviction where price might land, right? So in this case, what we like to look for is somewhere around the golden pocket, which is the 0.618 fib retracement level. What I would have liked to have seen was us to come up here and ultimately hold this level right here. Okay, we didn't hold it. And actually, it would have come in an area of price confluence too, right around $6, we're going to call it, and 70 cents, okay? The next level I would look for is the 0.786, which is right here at 383. That's also at an area, non-surprisingly, of price confluence as well. 383 didn't hold. So on the retracement here, the reason I don't like this chart is the 0.618 didn't hold, the 0.786 didn't hold, and now it looks like this 383 area is an area of resistance, right? We got under here, we banged against it, and now we're under here. So that is why I look at this chart immediately and say, I'm not a fan, okay? But there's no reason that we couldn't have, even though this chart is on the weaker side, there's no reason to say we haven't perhaps bottomed out. So let's take a look at if that's possibly the case. So this is going to be an area of resistance to get above. And this is going to be another area of resistance to get above. So we got like the is it 650? I thought it was 670. Okay. So right around 660, 650, and we got like $4, okay, that we need to get above. Those are key areas of resistance. Now, in terms of support, looks like, yeah, we're just going to keep it right there. It's a range, but I don't want to clutter the chart too much. You know, we can wick below this and it's fine, but we're talking about, looks like, goddamn, what is this? We're just going to call it 310, okay, 310. Remember the band back in the 90s, 311? Anybody remember 311? Shout out to 311. Okay, is there any reason to believe that price has bottomed out? Guys, what do you think I'm going to look at to discern whether or not we might get a bounce here? If you said, CBG, you're going to go to the low time frame and you're going to look for bullish divergence on the RSI, you would be correct, sir. And we don't have it, sir. Actually, we do. We have a little bit. You know, nothing too strong. I'd prefer to see some stronger divergence here. But you do have an upsloping line as price is decreasing in value. Take note, because I've done so much charting, especially in this sector, I knew to look for this right away if you're new to the channel, right? It's just things that you kind of like pick up along the way. So we do have some bullish divergence on the RSI. 3-day MACD is beginning to flatten out. Stochastic RSI is trending up closer to our positive confirmation above 20. This thing could have very well bottomed, especially given my view of where the market's at. And I'm expecting some explosive moves very soon, okay? So this thing could have bottomed out. These are your key areas of resistance. Something else I would watch out for, Mazda Dashcam. Again, the more touches you get on a descending area of resistance like this, the more power it holds, the more confluence. So multiple touches here. Not only do we have this area I spoke to and this area I spoke to, now we have a descending area of resistance. So not really interested in talking about prices again until we're well close to like $7 and holding $6.50, $7, and we're holding it as support. But could get a nice bounce here if the trend positive bullish momentum and trend continuation to the upside continues in Bitcoin, thus flooding over into altcoins. A rising tide lifts all boats. Frankie, what's up, my friend? Pavel. I used to work, very briefly, with a Pavel over in the act. Hey, fun fact, by the way, before I get into your comments real quick. I reconnected today. I have not heard from this gentleman in a long time. I reconnected with the man, the myth, the legend. I will not say his name because I connected with him on LinkedIn, and I don't need people searching for me on LinkedIn. The man, the myth, and the legend, someone who in the actuarial profession helped me to overcome the hurdle of passing the FSA exams. The FSA exams were very brutal for me. A lot of life lessons there. Maybe I can do a podcast on it sometime. But that guy really was a key contributor to my success in what I would consider the greatest moment or one of the greatest moments in my entire life. Everything considered, in the 42 years I've been alive, when I got that FSA designation and I went to the ceremony to get that, goddamn, can I speak to hard work to get that thing. I fucking earned that thing. And that, anyway, you can see the look in my eye, how passionate I am saying that. The one of the guys who helped me get through the exams, I reconnected with him on LinkedIn today, and I always used to call him the man, the myth, and the legend. So it was really nice to hear from him. Pavel, man, I'm going on a tangent today. Pavel, is it just me or does BTC look like a giant cup and handle on the monthly from last cycle? Brother, you've been missing the live streams. We already talked about that. Ding, ding, ding. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. You are correct. We already spoke about that. James, nice to join you again. I hope your bags are up. Could you check out? Nah, we're not. See, here's the thing. James. These Pepe derivatives, things are getting a little out of control with Pepe, in my opinion. I think people are so focused. This is just, just take it for what it's worth. I'm not a meme coin expert. I'm just going to give you my 2 cents. I think a lot of people are perhaps beginning to, some of the meme coin projects, it's really beginning to become flooded in the space, and things are becoming watered down. So much so that even people are focusing on meme coins that I think are complete, absolute garbage, and they're going to get dumped on. I think that you have a clear project like this that has the true potential for a strong community behind it, given the historical significance of the meme that's existed even prior to cryptocurrency and Wojak, and people are focused on these little derivatives of Pepe. You asked the question, and it is TAQ&A, so we'll take a very quick look at it. Peepaw, if I can quick find it. I don't really want to waste a lot of time on this because I have a feeling this is going to be a shit chart to look at. Yeah, man. The volume here is going to be terrible. All right? So I can't do anything with this. This is just, there's no volume. I can already tell looking at this. There's no volume in this thing. What's the market cap on this? Like a couple 100,000 or something? Let's take a look at this together. I'm curious what the market cap on this thing is. It's probably pathetic. Peepaw. These fucking 400. Dude, we're not even bothering. Sorry, we need to move on here. No offense, James. I appreciate you on the live stream, but I'm not giving that the time of day. DT, good morning. Top of the morning to you, sir. DT, I know you drink your coffee black, but actually, what brand coffee do you drink in the Philippines? What is there? I mean, I personally go with, now I was a Folgers man, but someone got me actually into this Colombian roast from Costco, so that's what I've been doing, this Colombian roast. 14 hours is the goal, so that's what I go for. Caspa is certainly, pretty much doing exactly, we don't even have to spend time on that. I said I wouldn't. Guys, any other TA questions? Trying to think about what else we could spend time on here. Shiba Inu was having a nice day. Let's take a look at the NASDAQ real quick. James coming in hot and heavy with this $400,000 meme coin Pepe derivative. Come on, James. You got to give me some real tokens here. These bullshit projects that aren't going to do shit and you're going to get dumped on. This is something we're going to talk about. I'll have to revisit this to make sure that I have this accurately projected. But by the way, point of reference here, and we've spoken about this in the past, and I alluded to yesterday, we need to have a conversation about decreasing interest rates and what that potentially means for the stock market and crypto moving forward. This is the range based on recent history when the federal, this is the time range that is suggested to be when interest rates will begin being cut based on recent history. Did I word that correctly? So when we look at history, recent history says interest rates will begin to decrease within this area between March of this year and October of this year. Okay, I'm highly confident that interest rates are going to begin decreasing, and it's going to be interesting to see why they're decreasing. It's going to be fun times. But look at the NASDAQ, guys. Look at the NASDAQ here. Any reason for concern? Well, I'll tell you one thing I'm looking at. I love the stochastic RSI starting to get that cross up on the MACD, which is great to see on the NASDAQ. I'll tell you what I don't like. One thing on this chart I don't like, this RSI is actually technically creating lower highs as we are moving up. So that's something to watch for. How does the higher time frame look? Something I'll keep an eye on. No, too weak. It's not a concern. I mean, we're just starting to break up now. It's not a concern. How about the monthly? Hey, guys, appreciate everyone tuning in. The other thing I'm observing right now is that people are engaging with the likes. It's a huge help for the channel in all seriousness. I hate talking about hitting the thumbs up and all that stuff, so thank you for the engagement. On the monthly, yeah, things just look very bullish. You know, one chart we haven't looked at in a while is the Dow Jones Industrial Average. I haven't looked at that with you guys in a while. Now, one chart that I've spoken to, if you've been a really long-time follower of my content like DT, the negative divergences on the 3-month chart, which we're starting to break out of this falling channel, but still we're creating lower highs on the RSI on this 3-month view. When you have such a high time frame view, okay, 3 months, and I want to make this point crystal clear because I very routinely speak to it. Look at all the price data that's here. We have more than 100 years of price data. This is why I say that Bitcoin, even though it has the most price data within crypto, it's a very immature asset. Here, what we can do is we have a rich source of data. Things change over time. You sort of have to normalize your view for that. But still, we have a rich plethora of data. What other word choices can I use? We have a plethora of data here. And so what that results in is an increased level of credibility behind the views that we form based on the price data. There's more of it. The sample set is larger, right? And the other thing that we can do is we can zoom out on a higher time frame view, like a 3-month chart, to draw some conclusions on what price action is doing. Well, one of the conclusions I arrived to back in, I don't know if this is like 2019 or 20, when this was my very first YouTube video I put out there. Negative divergences on the RSI on the 3 months. So as the Dow Jones is moving higher, the RSI is going lower and lower and lower. It's weaker and weaker as it's continuing to move up, something that eventually will more than likely play out. But I'm not a doomsdayer. I'm not here to call that we're having a mega crash in stocks like a lot of people in 2022. The trend is our friend, and until something within this trend deviates and we begin to see signs that we're in store for a larger correction, I have been a massive bull, and you guys know that. So things are looking good here. Let's take a look at the weekly. All right, we're sort of stalling out here. Nothing super concerning. There was something else I wanted to share with you guys, I thought, prior to this live stream. Oh, I know. Things are looking great here. Let's take a look at the DXY. I know. Wanted to share this with you real quick, and we're pressing up against time. So something I recently purchased and something you should give some consideration to. Now, as you know, I work remote, and I have a sitting standing desk. Obviously, I stand for all these live streams. But one of the other things I did was recently learn about the importance of getting steps throughout the day. So even though I'm in the gym for like 2.5 hours, I'm in there for a long time, and I do mostly weight training and some cardio in there, that's one specific moment during the day. So if for the rest of the day I'm just sitting or standing and I'm not moving around, that's a sedentary lifestyle for the majority of the day. So what I did is I got a little treadmill here to put underneath the desk. So what I do is the goal is to walk anywhere between 60 minutes to 2 hours in an entire day, and that is comprised of a morning segment and an afternoon segment. Now, based on how my day is, and I've been in meetings and I've done this, and no one minds. Some people get a good chuckle out of it, but it's not a big deal. Based on the nature of the meeting, sometimes I'll just walk during a meeting. Sometimes I'll be walking while I'm working or reading. But I want to get that 60 minutes, good 45 to 60 minutes in the morning, and then another good 45 to 60 minutes in the evening, and that could also be comprised of walking outside. I live in Florida, so I might walk outside. I might not just walk there, but having this treadmill is a game changer because it allows me to get increased steps throughout the day. It's something I would encourage everyone here to think about, the importance of that. I'll tell you, between tracking my macros, cutting back the drinking, getting more steps in the day, I feel more and more I'm beginning to feel like myself, and I actually feel, this week I've been feeling great actually. Past couple days I've had some great workouts, I've had a lot of energy, and I didn't even get a lot of sleep last night. To be honest with you, CBG needs to get some sleep tonight. To be honest with you, I was starting to fall asleep around 9 o'clock last night, and I kept myself up because the mind is always working, and I was thinking about things related to the market. So just trying to always analyzing. So, but I need to get some sleep tonight. I'm surprised I had so much energy today, honestly. AI tech. Have you heard of that? I have no idea what you're talking about, Frankie. Canada already cut 25 basis points. I was not aware of that. Is that true? Canada signals rate decrease. That's what I'll type into Google. The Bank of Canada lowered its target for the overnight rate to 4.75 from 5, where it sat. How recent is this? Oh, wow. This was just 8 hours ago. Thank you for the heads up there. Who was that? Who said that? Mazda Dashcam. Thanks, man. Lots of steps, man. Great. Yeah, man. I'm so happy I'm getting more steps in during the day. Just being more active in general. I can't sit. I was doing some pricing work today and going through a pricing file. I gotta say, there's some work getting transitioned to me, and the file that I'm looking at, it's amazing. It's like when you put together a file and you're in charge of something and you have a file that is critical for the pricing of a product, you would think it would be very well laid out. It'd be easy to read through. There'd be some documentation. No. Having a fun time with that right now. Let's see. Did have a question come in. So James has a much better question, I would say, which is... I'm not sure what you're referring to, by the way, with Cafe Bustelo. I think I have a chart for that, actually. I think I saved a chart for that. Yeah. Now, I haven't charted this in a while, and my recollection is there's not a lot of price data. Of course, I could have looked at it on Binance. That's a decent amount. Not a lot, but let's get that Raging Bull off. Proprietary. This thing looks like it's in the midst of a potential trend reversal to the upside. So this has undergone a major correction here. This will be the last one we chart. Topped out at $1.15, came all the way down to 43 cents. 60% correction, looking pretty brutal. One of the things I would look for here, let's get off these moving averages. It's not helping. One of the things I would look for is you can see we're at a decline here, and we've sort of broken out from that decline. So that's expressing some degree of strength within the price. Where is there a region of support here? Clearly, I'm just going to draw one line. This is the line that ultimately I don't want to see a candle body close go below. Why do I say that? Because we have all these wicks here. We haven't gotten a body to close below this line. That would be at 46 cents. Let's hold that area. In terms of areas of resistance, of course, we're looking at the 3-day. Again, not a lot of price data here. For areas of confluence to the upside, they're going to cause us an issue in terms of resistance. Your first major region here. You ever listen to your voice and it sounds annoying? I don't know. I think I have a decent voice. I think I've got a good voice. I've been told I have a nice voice. But sometimes if you hear your voice too much and you're talking to yourself all day, it gets... No, I'm just kidding. This is going to be your major region of resistance, okay? 60 cents to 74 cents. Once we begin to clear 74 cents, come back to the channel and let's have a conversation. But I want to get above 74 cents. In terms of what I'm seeing on the technicals, what I do like to see, now this has me a little excited here. Not only is the RSI increasing as price has been going down / consolidating sideways, but look what's also going on here. To me, this is sort of like a rounding. See how the RSI is almost rounding up? That to me, and I've seen enough of these, not telling you what's going to happen, I'm just telling you what is a possibility. These rounding RSI bottoms, when you get a stabilization in price like this, especially when you're set up in an environment like we are right now with crypto, they have the potential to result in an explosive move up. MACD's flattened out. It wants to curl back up. Stochastic RSI is looking very, very, very healthy. So we're looking good, my friend. Frankie, that's going to do it. We're at time at 37 minutes. I've never heard of AI tech. If I remember, I will look at it tomorrow morning first thing as I'm waiting for questions to come in on TA Q&A. So if you're not able to join me tomorrow morning at 5:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can at least watch you can watch it in syndication, and I'll start off with it if I remember. AI Tech. I'll probably remember that because I've never heard of it before. Easy name to remember. But again, if you can check me out tomorrow morning, guys, I'm going live super motherfucking early, and you never know, there could be some explosive price action in the market the way things are going right now. So we'll see. Again, mark my words, I feel convicted. We are going to see a green Jesus candle in Bitcoin very, very, very soon. I'm talking sometime most likely within a day or two, or at latest sometime late next week. I mean, anytime between now and next week. That is just my sense based on this chart and my expectations. So we will see. We will see. But until next time, everybody, let's all spread awareness and carry the education forward. Great engagement today. Thank you so much.